Global Gab. This is the show where we recap some of the world's top trending international news headlines. Now, for those of you that have been with us before, you know we do this daily via Twitter. We give you a daily Global Gab headline, and we do that at Katerina Kazayas and hashtag Global Gab. But we also get together once a week and regroup to recap the headlines on a weekly news show. So today, stay with me as we recap the headlines for the week of October 26th, 2015. Now, as you can see, we're back in the studio. I had really wanted, I'll be honest with you, I had really wanted to go out to the street and gab with people about this week's headlines. And I was out on the street yesterday with my videographer, Luke, and unfortunately, we ran into some technical difficulties. And I know you always hear that, okay, technical difficulties, but we really did. We had a mic that wasn't working, all you could hear was static, and when we finally got it figured out, it was late in the day and the sun was starting to go down, and so we lost the light. So I said to him, you know what, Luke, just leave it for this week. Let me go back to the traditional way the show is run, which is my recapping the news for you. And we'll get out onto the streets and gab with people next week. What we're going to do, though, is gab with you at home. After I read the headlines, I'll let you know what we're looking for from you. So stay with me as we go into this week's episode. Okay, so first up in the news, a deadly earthquake in Pakistan. That's right, over 350 people dead there, hundreds more injured. The earthquake measured a 7.5 magnitude on the Richter scale. And we're being told that because it was in such a remote region of Afghanistan, that communications are largely wiped out. The reports that we are getting back, when we are getting them back, are telling us that relief efforts are underway there. So that, of course, is good news. Our hearts and thoughts go out to the people affected by that earthquake. Changing it up just a little bit, in Hollywood news, of course, there's always Hollywood news. Halle Berry and Olivier Martinez are calling it quits. I know, sad for Halle, great for anyone else out there that's interested in perhaps hooking up with a newly single and good-looking Frenchman. They both filed irreconcilable differences at the Los Angeles Superior Courts this week. They share a son, Maceo, who is about 2 years old. So, sorry to hear that, but you never know who might get lucky with either one of those two newly single catches. And in sports, yes, sports is next. Okay, so World Series is underway. And for my followers, you know that I was rooting for the Blue Jays. I'm such a Blue Jays fan, and they were so close. Good run for the Blue Jays. We're still proud of you. But yeah, in the World Series, finals are the Kansas City Royals against the New York Mets. It should be interesting. At the time of this filming, the series was tied at 1-1 with Game 3 coming up. So don't know. By the time this broadcasts live, I won't know what the news is on Game 3. But keep an eye there, sports fans, because the World Series is always great to watch. And finally, and this is interesting here, the World Health Organization has come out and confirmed that tuberculosis is finally ranked on par with HIV as the world's deadliest infectious disease. That's right, over 1.2 million cases of each of those diseases, leading to deaths in 2014. Infectious diseases, of course, including HIV, malaria, tuberculosis, Ebola, anthrax, even chickenpox is an infectious disease. And largely with tuberculosis now kind of leading the pack, we're seeing a lot of new cases coming out of India, Indonesia, China, Pakistan, and Nigeria, to name a few. The thing that gets me here, and this is sort of what I want to chit-chat with you about at home, tuberculosis can be cured. So, come on now, 1.2 million deaths for a disease that has a cure? Unacceptable in my opinion. And, we want to hear what you think. Well, we'd like to hear from you about our two topics. How concerned are you about the spread of infectious disease? And secondly, how likely are you, or are you currently supporting World Health initiatives? World Health organizations, of course, including the World Health Organization, the United Way, also, of course, the International Red Cross. Those are just to name a few. We want to hear from you as to what your thoughts are on some of these health concerns, global health concerns, whether or not you're concerned about some of these threats reaching into the borders of where you live. So do, as I said, tweet us at Katerina Kazayas, hashtag Global Gab, or take to your favorite social media platform and hashtag Global Gab us. Let us know what you're thinking. Those were the headlines that hit our radar this week. We thank you for watching. We hope to get the technical issues figured out for next week and have a show live for you, gathering with people. But until then, we hope to gab with you. Thanks for watching.